I've worked out for 2,321 days in a row, and on this video, I'm gonna let you know exactly how I did it. Hey, my name is Ron Ipak. Thank you very much for joining me on the channel. Yes, 2,300 days in a row of working out, and as you would quite imagine, it's been a hell of a journey. So let me go ahead and rewind the clock all the way back to when I first started working out on consecutive days. This was sometime back in 2016. I remember it was a Sunday morning. I'm on Facebook and I came across a post by a guy, I can't remember what his name is, where he talked about that he had just recently crossed his, I think it was 1100th day in a row of working out. And let me tell you, I was pretty impressed. 1100 days, that's a lot of dedication to work out every single day. But you know what? It got me motivated because at that time I was feeling a little sluggish. I was just kind of, I needed to start working out. And I thought, well, if this guy can go 1100 days, I certainly can go 30 days, right? Okay, real simple. If he can do it, I can do it. Except I just want to do a teeny bit of those 1100 days. Had no clue that I'd get to the point that I'm at right now. So got dressed, went down, worked out for about 30 minutes. And that streak started, and it went day after day after day after day. A minimum of 20 minutes a day of workout. Strenuous or kind of strenuous, at least working out muscles to the point that they fatigue, getting out of breath, sweating. In other words, a good quality workout is really what I was going for. A minimum of 20 minutes a day. Some days much, much longer than that. Other days just eking by that 20 minutes when the alarm went off and it's like, I'm done, okay? Because that's all I really wanted to do for that day. But those 30 days, well, they just came and went so quickly, and I was actually having a good time. I was feeling good about myself because I actually was doing it. I was actually working out. I was moving, got all the endorphins going, and feeling pretty good because I was working out. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to push this to 100 days. The first 30 days wasn't so bad. I can do 100. Lo and behold, before I knew it, 100 days came. And I thought, well, what's the next milestone? Well, let's take it out to a year. Went out to a year. Then how about 2 years? Okay, went to 2 years. I got to day number, I believe it was 790 in a row when disaster started to happen. Things started to crumble for me. Now, I always kind of joked about the only way I'm gonna get off this streak is to wind up in the hospital. And on day, I believe it was 790, that's exactly where I was. I wound up going to the emergency room. Turned out that they were kidney stones. Well, it turns out I did not pass the kidney stone. And throughout the next few days, I had a few more attacks during the day. On day 793, that's when the shit hit the fan. Not only did I have the kidney stone, but I had caught some sort of weird virus that got me to the point that zapped all my energy. I couldn't even get my head off the pillow. So streak was over. The very first streak, 793 days in a row, done. Needed to let my body rest a little bit. So I gave myself a 10-day break. It happened that there's 10 days left in the year. So on January 1st in 2018, I decided I was going to pick up the torch and I was going to get back into the gym, and that's exactly what I did. Now fast forward, we are now at 2,300 days and 2321, I believe it is, that I'm at right now, and still going at it. So let me tell you a little bit about what I do for my workouts, and then I want to kind of talk about the amount of dedication and how I was able to maintain this streak. So if you combine the 2,300 days with the 793 days, basically it's, I don't know, what's that, over 6 years of working out every single day, except for that little 10-day medically induced hiatus that I was on. I want to tell you a little bit about how I was able to get there. So first, the workout. As I mentioned, minimum of 20 minutes, okay? Those 20 minutes could be spent on the bike. It could be spent on a rowing machine, on an elliptical, treadmill. If you want to do cardio for 20 minutes, fantastic. If you want to do weight-bearing exercise, in other words, push-ups, sit-ups, burpees, crunches, squats, things like that. If you don't have weights nearby, or if you're traveling, and I had many days of travel where I didn't have access to a gym, and so I was just working out right there on the street. So there's a lot of different ways, no matter what, whatever your schedule is, you can work out. Now, I mentioned doing push-ups. So some of the days I would have a goal of doing, let's say, 400 push-ups. So I would stagger those throughout the day. I figure 400 push-ups, that's pretty good workout. I mean, you're pretty damn tired at the end of 400 push-ups. But the first time I did that, I was pretty damn tired after 200 push-ups, okay? So it just depends where you are in your fitness journey. But that even is what I would consider to qualify. Or if I was doing a specific challenge during that month where I would do X amount of sit-ups every single day, when it got to the point where it took a lot of time to do those sit-ups, those then became my workout for the day. It's what I felt inside was a good quality workout. Now, were all of them great quality? No. There's times where I've been practically asleep on the recumbent bike that I had, and just going through the motions. Okay, I'll be totally honest. It's not every day you're out there crushing it. As a matter of fact, the majority of the days I'm not out there crushing it. The workouts are good, solid workouts. I'm moving body parts, but unless I'm really working with my trainer, which I work 3 days a week, I'm not working super hard. Okay, so that's what the workouts really are. And by the way, if you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel, like the video, post some comments or questions below. I'll be happy to answer any and all questions possible, but I'll try to get as many of the questions answered right here. Let's talk about working out every single day. The one thing everybody says is what you're doing is unhealthy. I don't know. Look at me. I think I'm doing pretty damn good, right? It is not unhealthy. Everybody's got this thing, well, you shouldn't be working out every single day. You got to let your body rest. So let me address that right here. I do let my body rest. I work out every day, but I don't work out this whole meat suit every single day. No, okay? I work out different body parts on different days. If I'm going to do an upper body workout, the next day is a lower body workout. I'm not working out the same muscles, okay? So you have to stagger them. So you have to be careful with that. Like if I'm going to really crush it hard on my legs, I'm not going to hit my legs 2 or 3 days in a row. No, I'm going to give my legs a little bit more time to rest. Okay, so I am resting those body parts. So yes, you can work out every single day. The reason why I did every single day is, well, think of it this way. If you're on day 52, right, and you decide that today's not a good day to work out, I'm not going to work out. Guess what tomorrow is? It's day number 1, right? So as you get started in it, as you get further into it, you don't want to miss that workout because tomorrow is day number 1. Now I've come way too far to let tomorrow be day number 1 again. I don't want to do that anymore, all right? But if for something, God forbid, something happens, I have to start over, I guarantee I will start this again because it has become an addiction. How do I remember to work out every single day? Well, there's this thing that's on your phone. It's called an alarm. You can set an alarm in the very beginning to remind you to work out. I don't have to do that anymore, okay? There have been times where I went to bed and I woke up and realized I hadn't worked out, and get dressed again and go work out and go right back to bed. Not the best way for a good night's sleep when you're working out right before you fall asleep, right? But there are times where I was real close to missing that deadline because for some reason I brain farted and I just missed it. So there were times where I would leave myself a little Post-it note. I'd put it on the mirror. I would set the alarm so that when I come home, it would remind me to work out if I hadn't worked out yet. When I work out with my trainer, it's first thing in the morning, so it's kind of hard to forget that. So that's how I've kept the streak alive, because first off, for me, I do it because working out for me helps me feel better. And there's been some really shitty days, sometimes where I didn't feel very good and I didn't want to work out, or I was in a bad mood. I guarantee when you go and work out and you get that going, it's not such a bad day anymore, believe it or not. So for me, I have to do it. to keep me going, and it's just like breathing for me. It is right now. Hell, 2,300 days plus the 793. So, doing math in my head, that's at the 3,100 days or so, practically in a row that I've worked out. Now, I mentioned traveling. There are times where I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and work out because I had to catch an early flight. There are times where I couldn't work out in the morning and I was working out in the airport, like I talked about, just doing push-ups or sit-ups or something crazy, running up the steps and running up and down the steps of a hotel. For those of you that know about my knee problems and the need for new knees, yeah, I don't do running up and down steps anymore, but I did for quite a few years, just as my workout. So there is no excuse that you could possibly come up with saying that you cannot work out. Oh, I almost forgot. I know somebody's going to ask, do you work out when you get sick? Well, the reality is, I really haven't been sick. The only time that I really got sick throughout, both of these streaks combined was the time that ultimately wiped me out when I had the kidney stone. That's really the only time where I was sick enough that I could not work out. Past that, I think maybe I had the sniffles a few times. So, interesting byproduct of working out every single day, I didn't get sick. The other thing is, believe it or not, I've had 2 pretty nasty surgeries during this entire time as well. I had both my shoulders operated on, and I had torn a bicep and had the bicep reattached. That was the same surgery as the shoulder, so that was a pretty wicked surgery I went through. And no, I didn't miss a day. I actually, believe it or not, I had the surgeries done later in the day so I would not miss my workout that day. And then the day after that, and after that through rehab, part of my rehab I used as a workout, but I also used my lower body, did some cardio, did some crunches, sit-ups, things like that didn't involve the areas that I had to operate it on. So yeah, I didn't get sick, and yes, you can work out even though you're having surgery. Well, I think I've gone on long enough. I think I've fulfilled the promises that I made in the video about talking about how I got started with this, what my workout regimen is, how I've kept this streak going for as long as I have, and the mindset behind these workouts and why I continue to do them every single day and will probably for the rest of my life. I'm 61 years old, looking to get to 120, so this could be a really, really, really long streak. Now, if I missed anything, please ask the questions down below. If I spurred on any questions, please, I'd love to hear your questions. Go down below the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with whoever you think could benefit from it. All of these things help my channel grow and get more people to see these videos. So please do me a big, big, big favor and do one of those things down below, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.